Burnett, the Canadian rookie, here 7 days ago, was 2 laps away and 1 position away from his first U.S. major win in only 3 months. And really, it's hard to count December. 2 active months of competing in the senior category. He's one of the youngest drivers on the grid, and he has already shown a lot of experience, a lot of maturity, a lot of professionalism, and he's got a great opportunity right here to walk off this Rotax Max Challenge Winner Trophy with a checkered flag.
He starts alongside Kai Hunter. You couldn't make it up.
This does Caden McQueen have up his sleeve. The Energy Corsa Americas crew on the inside. The AKT Energy of Xavier Suarez on the outside. 16 laps for Senior Max is green, and it's a great jump for the Brit as he leads us through turns 1 and 2.
Jensen Burnett didn't have a great start. Actually, he's dropped a couple of places. It is a McQueen. Ramos up to third. Picked them up one by one. Then when things calm down, now we can open her up. Here are the leaders. Down Scrapyard straight. Suarez. Now, where is Jensen?
Oh, Jensen Burnett back in that 6th position behind Lewis Goff. So a great and a much-needed start for Lewis Goff to try and bring himself into the fight. He needs a win. He needs at least as many points as he can score to keep Caden McQueen from having a serious shot at it. Because with Caden McQueen leading the way, well, he's doing everything in his power to try and win this title and bring the Energy Corsa Americas team a championship. The first one, the first opportunity they'll have together on what's supposed to be a full U.S. season for that young man. He leads Hunter and Ramos, and they've already, again, begun defending a little bit, and that stacked us up tight.
It's hard to believe Caden McQueen has never been to the Rotax Grand Finals, but he's usually raced X30. He's been to the X30 Warrior Finals a number of times and been on the podium in international events in X30, British Championships, podiums, race wins, you name it. Hasn't spent a lot of time in Rotax, and he did last year, and the last 2 years came very close. There's Lewis Goff. Well, he's not taking things lightly. He wants to, there's Ramos and Hunter. Good move, good move. Yes, wow, Fox Lewis Goff. Well, he's not taking things lightly. He wants to, there's Ramos and Hunter. Good move. He flipped the script yesterday. It's now McQueen ahead of Ramos. And I don't think Diego Ramos wants to hang about.
Jensen Burnett is getting shoved Canadian off the last 2 laps here. Still trying to probably get those tires to come in. That advantage he'll have for fresh rubber is the great diver there on Santi Fernandez. He gets a spot, and Savolio's going to let him through as we see our first race. The great diver there on Santi Fernandez. He gets a spot, and Savolio's going to let him through as we see our first lead change. Ramos to the point, and Burnett hangs on there at the back in 6th. But there's a gap that's formed. 1, 2, 3, a little gap to 4th and 5th, and a bigger gap. Back to Burnett there in 6th with Savolio, who was very gracious and let his teammate get back in line.
Yep, and that is why Gianluca is there. And the most experienced driver we have here will have to wait to get his ticket for his 7th Grand Finals. Game on front, McQueen, Ramos, Hunter, and here comes little Lewis Goff, first-year senior driver against some of the behemoths. Ramos, pro driver extraordinaire. Hunter has been to the last 5. He wears silly glasses, but no, he's a class act and is 21 years old. Here comes Ramos. Some out like he was, he went up. He wears silly glasses, but no, he's a class act and is 21 years old. Here comes Ramos. There goes Hunter, and Goff has to pick his moment behind Goff. Suarez, Burnett, Savolio. Oh, Javier Suarez. I know you don't speak English, but you need to learn how to take some notes. And we are getting word that Aiden. Always the risk, sorry Xander, of trying to make the being rounds. You've only got 16 laps, Aiden and Graf.
Goff has a huge opportunity at stake, but let's set the storylines here for everyone else around him as he rides in 4th. Again, Diego Ramos won yesterday, his first win in a year. The year before, it was his first win ever in the Red Army colors for PSL karting. Kai Hunter looking for a bit of redemption, and to be fair to Kai, last weekend had a moment that of course went viral in the way that it was not portraying really his full image, and a man who you will find as one of probably the last 10 or 15 individuals in the paddock with the lights on at night, building engines for probably half the grid that he's racing against right now, and all of them have been just as good as his to this point in the weekend, including Aiden Ingrata's power plant that was fast enough to dominate weekend 1. For Kai Hunter, this is a chance to really show a little more of who he really is, a hardworking 21-year-old trying to prove that he deserves to be here and he deserves to be respected as one of the best. And now he's cleanly picked the field apart to lead them out of the back hairpin.
I think unofficially at the moment the fight is between Goff and Caden McQueen for the ticket. Pernod is not where he needs to be. He's just at the top of the screen in P. It's not going to help Lewis Goff. The difference in points between Goff and McQueen is 43.
And McQueen knows that, or at least he knows he wants to get a win. Let's talk about Caden as well, the number 95. He's embraced the extra bright lights here that we have shined on the U.S. karting scene like a fish to water over the last 4. Quickly made an impact here in the paddock. 3 out of 4 weekends he's competed so far. He's stood on the podium, but he has yet to get that first win with the Energy crew. Can he do it here as Hunter gets a little bit of a wheel from Ramos out of the hairpin? He'll let him in, and quickly he'll quickly made an impact here in the paddock. 3 out of 4 weekends he's competed so far. He's stood on the podium, but he has yet to get that first win with the Energy crew. Can he do it here as Hunter gets a little bit of a wheel from Ramos out of the hairpin? He'll let him in and quickly bail into third, and Jensen Burnett trailing in fourth. There you have Lewis Goff right in fifth. Gianluca Savalio sixth. Ramos to the lead now in turn one. No, there's no Anil the Swammer. Silo Musiculage. Fox will vow your head. Opening a layer standard business. You're up the lift. Bail into third, and Jensen Burnett trailing in fourth. There you have Lewis Goff right in fifth. Gianluca Savalio sixth. Ramos to the lead now in turn one.
Meanwhile, Lewis Goff runs P5. If McQueen wins, Goff finishes P5, McQueen takes the ticket. Oh, how many of them are there in a line? 9. 9 in a line for a ticket to Bahrain.
Gianluca Savalio, again, he has no dog in this fight besides, like you said, maybe helping out his rookie teammate in Jensen Burnett. Gianluca already probably a little sour with the way the DD2 final ended up, coming so close. Here comes Timothy Pernod further back as Hunter sends one on Caden McQueen for second. Pernod is wheeling himself up by his boot. Pernod and Savalio. McQueen's got Burnett.
He's not out of this one yet.
If there's anyone, though, that then Lewis Goff, who's going to cruise right around in fourth at the moment. All of them. He's got probably his work cut out for him more than even earlier in this weekend. Talking points here with Diego Ramos up the road and safe there by about a second and a half. 2 laps to go off the inside. Meanwhile, Diego Ramos is going to make it perfect last turn. He dominates and sweeps the weekend. Last turn. He dominates and sweeps the weekend. He'd be banking on a penalty for Lewis Goff. So it does seem to be in the hands of the young Brit. The rookie should be your provisional champion for Diego Ramos. Just having that weight off his back of having a championship pressure for how fast that barrel art was the difference. But in any way you call it, he said it was a weird opening weekend. It's been a